Okay, rule number 2, and we'll move on to this one because this is the biggie. If you go to a networking event and your main objective is get business, what happens? Any ideas? You don't? No. Someone not so far from here said to me a little while ago, and this is just such a great phrase, you know, when you're a bit desperate, you know, they can smell the fear. You know, and there is nothing worse. And if you're you know in the current economic climate, it's quite easy to get into that, you know, kind of I need business. And if you go there with the attitude of give me, give me, give me, all you do is annoy people, really. Who do you get your best business from? People you like. Would you agree with that? Yeah. It's not just me, no? I do my best business with people that I like and people that I have a rapport with. My biggest single client, I've worked with them for about 12 years. And my contact I met 12 years ago, and he took me into the company he was working with. He moved to another company, he took us with him. He moved to another company, he took us with him. He moved to another company, he took us with him. And last year I did 2 5-day leadership workshops in Italy, courtesy of this guy. He's probably been worth somewhere in excess of £500,000 to my company. And the reason for that is because the first time I ran a workshop for his company, at the end of it, I said, you know, I'd said it in the morning, I said, look, let's meet immediately after the workshop. And I'll just tell you how it went and give you a lowdown on it, and we'll have a chat. And we went into the Roseburn bar, and we had a chat about it, and I gave him the lowdown, and then we had a couple of beers, and we told each other jokes for about 3 hours. And we had such a laugh, and we got on really well. And that's where all that business has come from. Nowhere else. Obviously, I needed to be able to provide the service that he wanted, but as long as you've got a professional quality product, you'll get business from the people that you like and who like you, who you've built a rapport with, and who you can develop a relationship with. So, how do you build rapport? Any ideas? Well, you know, I left that wee pause just so that your phone could go off there, Chris. The first thing that you do when you come into a networking event, or the first, I said earlier that the networking events happen anywhere. Any time that you're in any situation where there are people that you don't know, there is the possibility for building a relationship with them. It might take a lot longer if you're in a 100% social situation, you know, because you don't want to break into the social situation and say, and by the way, what do you do? So I mean, for example, I play poker with some guys, and they are potentially fantastic for business for me, and I played poker with them for about 1.5 years now, and I have never ever mentioned business to them, but something will come of it soon. Patience. One of my contacts, I passed on one of them to one of my contacts to help him out, because he happened to mention, I need somebody to do such and such, and I happened to be able to say, well, I know somebody who can do that, which strengthens the relationship. And that's all about 6 degrees of separation and all that. But the first thing that happens when you walk into a room, so going back to behaviours, the first thing that happens when you walk into a room and you're meeting people, what's the first thing you do when you meet someone new?
Introduce yourself.
Usually with a handshake?
Correct.
Correct. Okay. When was the last time you got any feedback on the quality of your handshake? Okay, now
sometimes straight away.
It's quite often that kind of feedback, isn't it? Not you, James.
That's what you did, isn't it? What are you talking about?
No. But there was some feedback earlier, because it was the cold hands thing. You've got such cold hands. It was lovely, and that was you said to someone. But anyway, besides that, you've all been out there. You shake hands with somebody and you get the vice. You know, you're left with no knuckles, or you get the wet fish, and it's really quite horrible. You know, so this is where you get a chance to get some feedback on your handshake. Chris, would you do... You're all hot and sweaty now? Fantastic. Okay, Chris, would you do me a favour and just pass those out? Now, inside these envelopes, don't open them, okay? Inside the envelope is a card. And on the card, there are 3 categories, or three headings, that you can score on. And do you any of you got pens and pencils or things? Get a pen or a pencil or something to write with in your hand. Right. Okay, can I have your attention again, please? If I can have your attention again, please. That's obviously an opportunity to get a glass of wine down you. You've all got an envelope. In the envelope there are headings with tick boxes on them, okay? And what I want you to do, now listen carefully, the instructions are, find somebody, anyone, anywhere. I want you to stand up and shake hands with them. Hand your envelope to them and they hand yours, them, you know, the other thing, the opposite of that. And then, so take out the card and just tick the appropriate box. Put the card back in the envelope and give them it back. You've got an opportunity doing this just for a couple of minutes to get feedback from 3 different people, all anonymous, 3 different people on your handshake. Okay, and it's the only time you're ever going to get everybody's saying, what do I do? Oh God, right. Right, okay, don't do that. But stand up, and I want you to do the handshake thing exactly as you would do it if you're meeting them for the first time. So face the person, do the whole thing from A to Z as if you were meeting them for the first time, okay? And then tick the boxes, back in the envelope, cards back to the person, find a second person, do the same thing, find a third person, do the same thing. Keep it short, don't go having lunch and drinks in between times, and we'll come back again in about a minute. So go for it, go on.